The Kraft Foods Company, makers of Parquet Margarine, presents Willard Waterman as the Great Gildersleeve. Each week at this time, the Great Gildersleeve is brought to you, partially transcribed, by the Kraft Foods Company. Well, another New Year's Day is come and gone, and we're sure you've made some wonderful resolutions for the new year that's just beginning, but there's no law against making a New Year's resolution on January 2nd as well as January 1st. So here's a resolution we'd like to recommend to you as a conscientious homemaker. This year, make your budget dollars go further. Make your family menus better by serving and using what millions consider the world's finest margarine, Parquet Margarine, made by Kraft. Parquet, the margarine that tastes so good because it's always fresh. The only margarine that brings Kraft quality right to your table. Parquet is wonderful as a spread, a seasoning, or a shortening. You can get it at your grocer's in the regular package, the handy Color Quick bag, or where state laws permit, golden Parquet in yellow quarters. The moment you taste it, you'll know you've found the quality margarine you're proud to serve at your table. Get Parkay, Parquet Margarine made by Kraft. Well, at the beginning of each new year, a man does one of two things. He either resolves to improve his position, or he surveys his situation with satisfaction and pats himself on the back. The Great Gildersleeve is pretty well satisfied, and when he pats himself on the back, he uses both hands.
Oh, why, George, here's my name in the paper again. Water Commissioner Throckmorton P. Gildersleeve wishes all his customers a happy new year.
Hey, that's yesterday's paper, Unc.
No, it isn't, Leroy. I had them run the ad 2 days. Don't want anyone to miss it. Yeah, I'm happy, so at the beginning of this new year, I want to wish everybody else happiness.
What are you so happy about?
I'm the city water commissioner.
Yeah, I know.
Leroy.
Hello, Unky. Leroy. Hi.
Yeah, Marjorie.
Is Bronco home yet?
Not yet, my dear.
Oh, I'm so anxious to hear if he got his new job. Oh, Unky, won't it be wonderful if Bronco moves to the Summerfield Realty Company?
Well, Marjorie, it always amuses me to watch the eager beavers running around the first of the year changing jobs.
But, Unky, it's a larger firm than he's with now. There's a better future.
Perhaps. But when a man skips around so much, he loses his identity. Why do you suppose my name is synonymous with water?
Because you put an ad in the paper every New Year's?
No, Leroy. It's because I've been on the same job for 10 years. People have come to depend on me for water. Nobody can even take a bath without me.
But with Bronco, things are different. He's young, ambitious, and he'll be making so much more money.
Well, money isn't everything.
Heck no. It just buys everything.
Well, I have some things that can't be bought. Good health, contentment, security.
Well, Bronco thinks he'll get all that in his new job.
Yeah, sure. These days, they offer you the moon. You look at this ad in the Summerfield Indicator. Chemi Products Corporation has good job for you. We need executives, engineers, machinists. High pay, short hours, long vacations with pay.
Gosh. I wonder if they'd hire a little kid after school and then pay him all through summer vacation.
Well, Leroy, if you believe this ad, the fellow can get almost anything he wants. Here, listen to this. Get your application blank today. Enjoy rapid advancement with this large company which is expanding with Summerfield. Opportunity is knocking. Open the door to your future.
Well, that sounds good. Unky, if Bronco doesn't go with Summerfield Realty, he might get a good job out there.
Oh, my goodness. Marjorie, that proves my point. You're just like Bronco. You want to change jobs every time the delivery boy throws a newspaper on the front porch.
Every time it rains.
Oh, there's Bronco now.
It isn't Bing Crosby.
Every time it rains, pennies from heaven.
Bronco, you got the job.
Yeah, but it isn't raining pennies, Marge. It's raining dollars.
Oh, Bronco.
Hello, everybody.
Well, congratulations, Bronco.
Yeah.
If you think this changing jobs is the thing to do.
Oh, I'm not just changing jobs. I'm climbing up. I'm sales manager.
Sales manager?
Oh, darling, how wonderful.
How much do you make?
Leroy. We don't ask things like that. If Bronco wants to tell us, we'd like to know, but we don't ask. He has to volunteer the information.
Well, I want the first paycheck to be a surprise to Marge, so I'll just write the figure on this envelope for you.
Oh, Bronco, you tease.
There you are, Uncle Mort.
Well, for a young man changing to another company, that isn't a bad monthly salary.
Monthly? That's my weekly salary.
Weekly salary. Zeke.
Unc, you turned pale. Bronco must be making more than you do.
Well,
Oh, I'm so thrilled, Bronco. Come over here and tell your little wife all about it. Unky, may Bronco sit in your big chair?
well.
Oh, Marge, I shouldn't sit in the commissioner's chair.
Go ahead, sit in it.
Sure, I'll sit on the piano stool.
Evening, Miss Bronco.
Oh, Bertie.
What's the good news about you?
Bertie, he's sales manager of Summerfield Realty.
Sales manager. Ain't that something?
Yeah, Bronco's the big boss.
Oh,
Yes. Bertie, how's dinner coming along?
Coming right up, Mr. Gildersleeve. Soon as I hear about the new big boss.
I thought I was the big boss around here.
Well, Bertie, he's in charge of all the salesmen, and he's making a lot more money.
Hey, Bronco, how about $1 for the movies tonight?
Leroy, you don't ask Bronco for money. You ask me.
I didn't want you to turn pale again.
Bronco, darling, you must be tired after such a successful day. I'll get your slippers for you.
thank you, Mrs. Thompson.
And I'll go get your pipe.
They used to wait on me that way. Him and his big fat job.
Bertie'd like to do something, too. Anything special the new boss wants for dinner?
Well, how about some of your hot biscuits, Bertie?
Yes, sir. Hot biscuits for the new boss.
Thank you, Bertie.
Yes, sir. Bertie's going to bake hot biscuits for the new boss. Mr. Gildersleeve, you know what Bertie's going to do?
Yes, Bertie.
That's right. Bertie's going to bake hot biscuits for the new boss.
Water Commissioner, you're deserted like a dried-up water hole.
Have you finished with that paper, Mort?
Mort? No, I haven't. Where's that ad about those big-paying jobs? Well, I guess I got a little excited last night. I don't want to answer this ad. I've been very happy here in the water department. George Mayor Terwilliger gets in my hair, always snooping around like a toy bloodhound. Let me read this ad again. Opportunity is knocking. Open the door to your future. No, I won't answer it.
Gildy, are you in there?
Oop, that's not opportunity, that's Judge Hooker. Come in, Judge.
My, you must have been concentrating hard.
Yeah, I guess I was.
I just stopped in, Gildy, to wish you a belated Happy New Year.
Same to you, Judge.
I see you're reading an employment ad.
Me?
What's happened? Has the water commissioner been receiving letters from his customers saying he's all wet?
No, Judge. My customers are my best friends. In fact, I command more respect from them than I do at home.
What's the matter, Gildy?
Bronco came home last night with a new job.
He did?
Darn good job, too. Better than I've got. In fact, he'll be making a lot of money.
Good for Bronco. I always felt he had a brilliant future.
You stop praising Bronco, you old goat. I hear enough of that around the house.
Gildy, I'm surprised at you.
What do you mean?
It's very obvious that because of the accolade that Bronco's received, you feel that you have to outdo him. You're jealous.
Jealous of my own son-in-law? Ridiculous.
If you take my advice, you won't answer that ad. You shouldn't expect to keep pace with Bronco. You must realize, as I have, that the noble old tree must someday fall to make room for the strong young sapling.
Now I'm a stump.
But there are compensations if you'll only seek them out.
Where do you find them?
Well, Gildy, I found solace in new interests and activities. For instance, on the second Tuesday of every month, I attend the Smiling at 60 Club.
Smiling at 60 Club?
There are smiles that make us happy.
Judge.
There are smiles that make us blue.
Judge, stop it, please.
Well, that's the way we open our meetings.
Great. But I'm a long way from 60.
Well, perhaps I can get you in as a junior member. We meet from 7 till 9:30 for cribbage, authors, and parcheesi.
Oh, my goodness.
Now, Gildy, have I helped to chart your course for the future?
You bet. I'm going down and answer this ad while I can still walk. Right, George, they were pretty nice down there at Chemical Products Corporation. Seemed impressed that the water commissioner called. And they need executives, that's for sure. You think I'll drop in Peavy's and fill out this application? Hello, Peavy.
Hello, Mr. Gildersleeve. What can I do for you today?
Peavy, I wonder if I can use your prescription typewriter.
How's that?
Your prescription typewriter.
Mr. Gildersleeve, you don't know how to write a prescription. Unless it's H2O.
Peavy, I have to fill this out for the Chemical Products Corporation.
Oh?
I just happened to drop by there, and they forced this application blank on me. They need high-powered executives.
Okay. Well, who are you recommending?
Me.
My.
How about the typewriter, Peavy?
Well, Mr. Gildersleeve, you're welcome to use it. It's back there with the pill boxes.
Thanks. It'll only take a few minutes.
It'll take longer than that on my typewriter.
Hey, I guess it will at that. What is this? A typewriter or a lobster trap?
So it seems it caught a crab this time.
Yeah, all right, Peavy. Now, let's see. They filled in my name. All I have to do is list my qualifications.
Stuck already?
No, Peavy. Let's see. How long at your present job? Well, 10 years in water.
Mostly hot.
Peavy, this is important.
Well, I understand the Chemical Products has put up a pretty big plant here in Summerfield.
Oh, you'd be amazed, Peavy. They've got branches all over the country. It's a big outfit.
So I hear.
Now, I need some important men for recommendations. I'll put down Judge Hooker and Police Chief Gate. No, they won't do. Looks too much like I'm involved with the law. Yeah, I can put down Rumson Bullard. He doesn't like me, but he's out of town. Oh, my goodness. Peavy, why don't you do something about this typewriter? The keys keep sticking and the backspacer won't work.
Mr. Gildersleeve, if you don't like my typewriter, why don't you do the work at your office?
Well...
Afraid the mayor might catch you?
I'm not afraid, Peavy. But you know how nosy he is. No reason to get him upset before I have the new job.
Yeah, he might fire you before you can quit.
Peavy, my qualifications are so good, anybody'd be a fool to fire me.
Well, we may find out. Hello, Mr. Mayor.
Oop, there he is.
Good morning, Mr. Peavy.
What can I do for you?
Give me a pound of my favorite pipe tobacco.
Okay, well.
Thank you. Gildersleeve, is that you back there?
Hello, Mr. Mayor.
Well, I'm surprised to see you behind the prescription counter. You trying to qualify as Mr. Peavy's delivery boy?
No. No, I'm just hunting and pecking at the typewriter.
If the mayor sees what he's pecking, he'll be hunting, all right.
You have a typewriter at the office that isn't used very much, Gildersleeve.
You have?
I was by your office, and there was nobody there.
Well, I was there. But I left.
That's not a good way to start the new year, Gildersleeve. Unless you're serious about becoming Mr. Peavy's delivery boy. Good day, Mr. Peavy.
Drop in again.
You didn't say goodbye to me.
He practically told you goodbye.
Him and his sly insinuations. As soon as I fill out this application, I'm going to write my letter of resignation. He'd better read it with asbestos gloves.
No, don't do anything you'll regret, Mr. Gildersleeve.
Peavy, when I leave City Hall, it's the mayor who'll regret it.
Well, no, I wouldn't say that.
There's one simple reason why so many people prefer parquet margarine to any other spread, seasoning, or shortening. It tastes so good. And it tastes so good because it's always fresh. Parquet is made fresh by Kraft from selected products of American farms. It's rushed fresh to your store in refrigerated trucks. It's kept fresh by your grocer until you buy it. And every package of parquet margarine is flavor dated. Grocer stocks are checked regularly by Kraft representatives. That's why Kraft can assure you that any package of parquet you buy, anywhere, anytime, will be fresh. Really fresh. And that's why it tastes so good. Tomorrow, when you shop, get a pound of parquet margarine. Taste it and discover how good a Kraft-made, Kraft-protected margarine can be. Wonderful as a spread, a seasoning, or a shortening. Get parquet in the regular package, the handy Color Quick bag, or where state laws permit, yellow parquet in golden quarters. Yes, parquet margarine made by Kraft. Well, the great Gildersleeve's son-in-law, Bronco, came home with a fine new job and usurped the position of popular idol of the household. But the great Gildersleeve isn't easily dethroned. He's looking for greener pastures himself.
A lot of people are applying for work at this plant. This line's a block long. Yeah, well, I don't see many of the executive type. Oop! Madam, please stop pushing. Darn cop. Insisting I stand in line, too. He'd better watch it.
Throckmorton P. Gildersleeve.
Yeah, that's me. Here!
Will you please step out of line and come into the office?
You bet. Goodbye, madam.
Step in here, Mr. Gildersleeve, and close the door.
Yeah, thank you.
I'm Mr. Johnson, the personnel director.
Yeah, I'm Mr. Gildersleeve.
I know. Sit down, Mr. Gildersleeve.
Yeah, after you. Yo, you're already down.
I see you're on time for your interview this morning.
Yes, indeed. Johnny on the spot. Jerry at the rat hole.
Yes. Mr. Gildersleeve, we've gone over your application very carefully, and we're interested in you.
Well, fine.
You hold quite a responsible position here in Summerfield. Would you care to tell us why you want to make a change?
Well, my son-in-law is making more money than I am. Yeah, I mean...
I see you have a sense of humor. That's important for an executive. Mr. Gildersleeve, when can you come to work for us?
Almost immediately, Mr. Johnson. Of course, I'll have to give the mayor notice, but that won't take long.
Good. I can see you move fast, and so does Chemi Products Corporation. We'll call you tomorrow about your assignment and the terms.
You mean money?
You may rest assured that you'll be making more than you do now.
Great. Those are the kind of terms I like. By George, wait until the mayor opens this envelope. I really told him off. It'll be the first 5-page letter of resignation he ever received. Yeah, I'll just put it here on the mantel for now. I'm not going to mail it until I get that phone call from Mr. Johnson. Yeah, I'm no fool. You know, I won't tell the family yet, either.
Santa's waiting!
You coming, Bertie? Yeah, I guess everybody's started. I better get in there before Bronco takes my place at the head of the table.
Good morning, Unky.
Hi, Unc.
Good morning, kiddies. Bronco.
Morning. Pull up a chair, Mort.
Oop. Thank you. You're all ahead of me this morning.
Yeah, Bronco's in a hurry, so we thought we'd eat with him.
Oh, yes.
Bronco has to get down early, Unky.
Yeah, my new job entails a number of heavy responsibilities.
So you got heavy responsibilities. You're making heavy dough.
True, Leroy, true.
I don't know why I came in. Nobody's offered me any breakfast.
Well, one more sip of coffee, and I have to go down and give my salesman a pep talk.
More coffee, Mr. Bronco? Oh, Miss Gildersleeve, you're here.
Yes, Bertie, I've been here.
Yes, sir. I'll get your breakfast just as soon as I take care of Mr. Bronco. Here's your coffee, Mr. Bronco.
Just half a cup, Bertie.
Bronco.
Here's the cream and sugar, darling.
Thank you, Marjorie.
By George, it's time for me to fight back. Yeah, I won't let them know what I'm up to. But I'll let them know I'm up to something pretty big.
Now, Miss Gildersleeve, I'll be right back with your breakfast.
Well, make it a big one, Bertie.
Yes, sir.
I want a big breakfast, kiddies, because big things are afoot.
Well, gotta go.
And have a good day, Bronco. But don't be too hard on the salesman.
I say, big things are afoot.
Yeah?
What's up, Unc?
Well, any minute now, I'll have big news for all of you. Financially speaking. There's going to be a little more money in the pocket this year.
Giving up smoking, are you?
My boy, with the money I'll be making, I can smoke cigars a foot long and light them with $5 bills.
Yeah?
What's going to happen, Unky?
Where are you going to get all the money?
Yeah, kiddies, let's not get too curious. Yeah, I'll tell you when the time comes. But it's big. Very big.
Well, I've got to go. Congratulations, Mort. I don't know what for, but congratulations.
I'll see you to the door, darling.
See you all at dinner.
You bet you will.
So long, Bronco.
Here's your breakfast, Miss Gildersleeve. Everything you like.
Yeah, thank you, Betty. Yeah, I guess you were out of the room when I told the children the big news.
What big news?
That there's going to be big news.
Yes, indeed.
I'll get it.
Yeah, I'll get it, Betty. I think I know who it is.
You want me to answer the phone, Unky?
No, Marjorie, I'll get it. Hello, Throckmorton P. Gildersleeve speaking.
Mr. Gildersleeve, this is Mr. Johnson of Chemi Products Corporation.
Oh, yes, indeed, Mr. Johnson.
We've had our meeting, and we'd like you to come in and talk about money.
Fine. Nothing I'd rather talk about.
And we've decided where you'll best fit into our organization.
Good.
You don't mind a little driving, do you?
Oh, no, I'd planned to drive to work.
Well, this is a longer drive. We need you in Albuquerque.
Well, Albuquerque!
New Mexico. Can you drive out there next week?
Albuquerque.
Well, what do you say, Mr. Gildersleeve?
Well, it's this way, Mr. Johnson.
What way?
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, then, think it over, Mr. Gildersleeve. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Goodbye.
Yeah, goodbye.
What's the matter, Unky?
The matter? Marjorie, I can't leave you and little Leroy.
What are you talking about?
Nothing, my dear. Am I glad I didn't mail my resignation to the mayor? Say, where's that letter?
What letter?
The one that was on the mantel.
Oh, Bronco was going by the post office, so he mailed it for you.
Oh! Judge, I can't go to Albuquerque. You're my lawyer. What am I going to do?
You ask me, Gildy. You've already done it.
I didn't come to your office to be reminded of that. I need help.
Why don't you go to the post office and try to retrieve your letter to the mayor?
I did. Did you ever try to get a letter back from Uncle Sam?
Well, no.
By the time I'd filled out that long form at the post office, my letter had gone out on the afternoon delivery.
Well, there'll be old Billy to pay now.
What a start for 1952. I promised the little family I'd have big news for them today.
When the mayor reads your letter, there'll be big news, all right.
Judge, I've burned my bridges behind me. I can't leave town to take a job, and I can't stay in town without one.
Gildy, the only thing for you to do is to go to the mayor and try to get back your letter of resignation before he opens it.
Well, we might beat the postman. He delivers about this time. Come on, Judge.
What do you want me to do?
Come down the hall to the mayor's office with me. If he gets violent, I want a witness.
Very well, Gildy.
Oh, I have to get that letter. Won't be able to face the family. Bronco's ruler of the roost at home now. If I go back without a job, they probably won't even speak to me. Mr. Mayor?
Who is it?
Me and my lawyer. Yeah, I mean, Gildersleeve.
Come in, Gildersleeve. Come in.
Hello, Mr. Mayor.
Afternoon, Your Honor.
Gentlemen.
Yeah, Mr. Mayor. Yeah, I see the afternoon has been delivered, and you're opening the mail.
What do you usually do with mail?
Yeah, Mr. Mayor. Do you mind if I look through the stack?
Gildersleeve, get your hands off my desk. I'm busy reading a very interesting letter. 5 pages long.
It's mine.
No. Well, anyone else? Gad, what crush.
Now, Mr. Mayor.
I think you're a tight-fisted old rooster, tin-horn politician, Gildersleeve.
Now, wait.
This is the most outrageous. I'll sue you.
Let's get out of here, Gildy.
Gildersleeve, I'm going to... Yes. Gildersleeve? Yes. Yes. You are.
Come on, Judge.
Wait a minute, Gildersleeve. Why, there must be some mistake. He's still in the employ of the city of Summerfield. I realize that, yeah. Oh, you do? Well, I'm very sorry. Good day, sir. Gildersleeve. That was a Mr. Johnson at the Chemi Products Company. You didn't go over there and apply for a position, did you?
You see, Mr. Mayor...
They're trying to steal my key man. After all the years you've been with us, those pirates...
Yes, but...
They forced you to write that letter to me. Well, I can see through their tricks. Gildersleeve, you aren't going to leave our little family, are you?
Me? Oh, Mr. Mayor,
I intended to give you a raise today. Another $25 a month.
Just think, Gildy, and you would have stayed for nothing.
What's this?
Well, as a matter of fact, Mr. Mayor, I decided not to take that other job.
Oh, I see. Well, then it won't be necessary to give you a raise.
Oh, yes, it will.
Oh?
That's why I'm here. I'm witness.
Come on, Judge. Let's go tell the big news to the little family.
The great Gildersleeve will be right back. When you go to your grocer's tomorrow, pick up a pound of Parquet margarine, the Kraft quality margarine that tastes so good because it's always fresh. Get Parquet in the regular package, the Color Quick bag, or yellow Parquet in golden quarters. Use it as a spread, a seasoning, and a shortening. For every use, it's the margarine that tastes so good. Parkay. Parquet margarine made by Kraft.
You gather around, everybody. I have something to tell you.
What is it, Unky?
Let's hear it.
What happened, Unc?
Well, your old uncle took another big step up the ladder of success. I got a fine raise in salary.
Oh, really, Unky? How do you do it?
I simply went to the mayor and put my foot down. Good men are hard to find, and he knows it.
Oh, boy, we're in the dough. I can get a new bike.
And you can have the house all redecorated.
Now,
At last you can get a new car. Buy yourself a couple of new suits.
Yes, but...
Bronco, we won't have to borrow the $5,000 from the bank to build our house. We can borrow it from Uncle Moore's.
5,000. Yeah, but kiddies. $25 a month. This is the most expensive raise I ever got. Good night, folks.
The Great Gildersleeve is played by Willard Waterman. The show is written by John Elliott and Andy White and is partially transcribed. Included in the cast are Walter Tetley, Mary Lee Robb, Lillian Randolph, Dick Crenna, Stanley Farrar, Joe Forte, Earl Ross, and Dick LeGrand. This is John Heaston saying goodnight for the Kraft Foods Company, makers of the famous line of Kraft quality food products. Be sure to listen in next Wednesday and every Wednesday for the further adventures of the Great Gildersleeve.
Question: what's the best way to raid an icebox? Answer: with Kraft prepared mustard, of course. Because when you add a little Kraft mustard to the sandwich you make, you add a lot of tang. And here's something for you professional icebox raiders to remember. There are two kinds of Kraft mustard. Mild Kraft's mustard with that delicately spiced, smooth flavor. And then there's Kraft mustard with snappy horseradish added. Have both kinds on hand. Then you won't meet up with a dish, but what you'll have just the mustard to add a lot of tang. Buy Kraft's prepared mustard.
Groucho Marx? You bet your life. He's next on NBC. The
Kraft Foods Company, makers of Parquet Margarine, presents Willard Waterman as the Great Gildersleeve. Each week at this time, the Great Gildersleeve is brought to you, partially transcribed, by the Kraft Foods Company. In most parts of the country, the weather's pretty nippy these days. And in nippy weather, there's nothing like a big, hot breakfast to start the day off right. A steaming stack of griddle cakes or a batch of golden waffles helps chase the chill away. And that's where Parquet Margarine can add so much. Serve Parquet generously and let its delicious flavor melt down into those pancakes or waffles. And spread it thick on toast and rolls. Each wonderful bite will call for another. For Parquet is the margarine that tastes so good because it's always fresh. It's the only margarine that brings Kraft quality right to your table. Tomorrow when you shop, why not pick up a pound of this good-tasting, fresh-tasting Kraft quality margarine? Use Parquet as a spread at every meal. Use it as a seasoning for hot foods and as a flavor shortening in your baking. In most markets, you can buy Parquet already colored in handy yellow quarters ready for the table. And in any package for any use, it's the margarine that tastes so good because it's always fresh. Parkay. Parquet Margarine made by Kraft. Well, as water commissioner, there's no telling what the great Gildersleeve does all day. But his life falls into a definite pattern every afternoon at 5 minutes to 5. He moves the clock to 5 and closes his office. By 5:15, he's home greeting his little family. At 5:45, he has enjoyed a romp with the twins. And at 6 o'clock sharp, he's at the dinner table. Say, it's 7:15. Where is he tonight?
Yeah, where is he?
I haven't the slightest idea, Leroy. Uncle Mort's never done this before. Don't you think we should start dinner, Bronco?
Well, let's wait a little longer, Marge.
If we wait any longer, I'll be too weak to eat.
Just take another hitch in your belt, Leroy.
It's wrapped around me now like a yo-yo string.
Well, maybe we should give him a few minutes more.
Sure. Uncle Mort's probably working late at the office.
I phoned the office and nobody answered. I even phoned Mr. Peavy.
Any news from Mr. Gildersleeve yet?
Not yet, Bertie.
I'm sorry about your dinner, Bertie. Can we wait a little longer?
Bertie can wait, but she's not sure the dinner can.
Boy, I can't wait to tie into that beef stew.
Leroy, we're not having beef stew.
We aren't?
We started out with beef stew, but I had to add so much water, we winding up with beef soup.
I see what you mean, Bertie.
Yes, so Bertie started out with beef stew, but the water commissioner didn't show up, so she had to add water. Now we're having beef stew.
Oh,
Mr.
well.
Bronco, you know why we're not having beef stew?
Yes, Bertie, the water commissioner didn't show up.
That's right. I had to add so much water, we're having beef soup.
I can't wait to tie into that beef soup.
Well, at least Uncle Mort could have phoned. Let's go to the table.
Bronco, will you carry me?
You're not that weak, Leroy.
Never mind, Bertie.
I'll get it. Maybe it's Unc.
You wouldn't ring the doorbell.
Or maybe it's a kid with a telegram. Oh, hi, Judge.
Evening, Leroy.
Oh, who is it, Leroy? It's a false alarm. I thought you were a kid with a telegram.
Well, if you like, I'll run back and get my bicycle and my little cap.
Good evening, Judge.
Marjorie. Hello, Bronco.
Hello, Judge Hooker.
I thought I'd drop by and take Gildy to the Jolly Boys meeting this evening.
Well, Unky hasn't come home, Judge.
He hasn't.
I haven't even heard from him.
We haven't even eaten.
Is that Mr. Gildersleeve?
No, it's the judge, Bertie.
Okay, I wanted the stew again.
We're having stew, Judge.
Soup.
So I gather.
Have you any idea where Unky might be, Judge?
No, I haven't, Marjorie. This is very unusual for Gildy. I suppose I should tell you that... No, I don't want to worry you.
No, we're not worried. What are you going to say, Judge?
Well, I was by his office this morning and again this afternoon. He hasn't been there all day.
He hasn't?
But if I were you, I wouldn't worry. Perhaps he spent the day reading meters.
Hey, maybe he got stuck under a house.
Leroy, Uncle Mort doesn't read the meters.
No, he doesn't, but the meter reader could be sick.
No, something's happened or Uncle Mort would be home by now.
Well, he could be having dinner downtown.
Well, he still would have called.
And we phoned everywhere.
Maybe he tried to phone you and your line was busy. I wouldn't worry.
Heck, I wasn't worried till you came, Judge.
Well, I have to run along, but I have no doubt what he'll turn up at the Jolly Boys meeting. Bye, all.
Goodbye, Judge.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Don't worry.
Well, guess we better have dinner.
Yeah, I guess we better.
Yeah.
I guess we'd better tell Bertie we're ready to eat.
Yeah, guess we better.
Bertie, we decided to eat.
Yes, ma'am. I just dished it up 'cause it's now or never.
That looks wonderful, Bertie.
Thank you. Did the judge know anything about Miss Gildersleeve?
Not a thing, Bertie. It seems Unky wasn't in his office today.
Ain't that strange?
Well, I'm sure nothing's happened to Uncle Mort or he would have called.
There's the phone now.
Yeah.
I'll answer it.
Hey, I just had a horrible thought.
What, Leroy?
What if this is a call from some gang and they're holding out for ransom?
Hello?
Leroy, you read too many detective stories.
Well?
But I would like to know who Bronco's talking to. With the phone in the hall, you can never hear what anybody's saying.
All right, Uncle Mort, if that's the way you want it, I'll keep it a secret. I won't tell the family.
Yeah, that's the way I want it, Bronco. If they knew, you know how Marjorie and Leroy and Bertie would worry.
Yeah, I guess they would.
And I don't want anybody to worry. You'll pack my suitcase for me, Bronco?
Sure, if that's the way you want it.
Good boy. Now, bring me the suitcase tonight and be sure nobody sees you.
Just as you say, Mr. Gildersleeve.
Yeah, and Bronco,
Yeah?
remember, you're in charge now. Take good care of little Leroy and Marjorie.
I will. Mr. Gildersleeve, are you sure you're doing the right thing?
Yeah, I've given this a lot of thought, and it's better this way. Goodbye, my boy.
Goodbye. Gosh.
Well, Bronco, don't just sit there. What did Uncle Mort say?
What did he say? Pass the bread, please.
Is Unky all right?
Yeah, that's one of the things he said. He'll be all right.
Well, that's a relief.
Yeah, now I'll pass you the bread.
Thank you, Leroy.
Are you sure he's all right?
Marjorie, I just told you he was all right. He says he's fine. He says not to worry.
I know,
He's
but...
okay. He's fine. Great. He told me so himself. What do you want me to do? Get him to sign an affidavit over the phone? Where's my coffee?
You just poured it over your bread.
Oh, I thought it was syrup. Oh, syrup.
Mr. Bronco, you're a little nervous.
Me?
Bronco,
Yeah, Marge?
where was Uncle Mort when he called?
Where was he? Well, there are a lot of phones around town, Marge. He could have been any place. Now, let's everybody eat, huh?
Oh, for corn's sake, there's something going on here.
When is he coming home, Bronco?
Fine dinner, Bertie.
Yes, sir.
Bronco, I asked you, when is Uncle Mort coming home?
Yeah, when's he coming home?
What's he been doing all day?
Yeah, what's he been doing?
Bronco, where is he?
Yeah, where is he?
Shall I keep his dinner warm?
No, Bertie.
Then you do know when he'll be home.
I do not.
But you do know where Unc is.
Sure, I know all about it. But he said not to tell you, so I can't tell you.
I guess he ain't going to tell us.
Big secret, big deal. I should have answered the phone, I'd tell you.
Well, I know how to get it out of him. I'll be back in a minute. Bronco. Bronco, where are you going?
I'm going upstairs.
Wait a minute, darling.
What do you want?
Come on. Sit down here on the stairs.
No, Marge, don't...
Sit down here beside me.
Oh, okay.
Now, if Uncle Mort asked you to keep a secret, I understand you didn't want to say anything in front of Leroy and Bertie, but I'm your wife. You've never kept anything from me.
No, I haven't.
All right.
Up until now.
You mean you aren't going going to tell me?
I can't.
But you don't keep things from your wife.
Now, Marge, a man can't tell his wife everything.
Well, I thought you never want to keep anything from me.
It isn't what I want to do. Uncle Mort said I had to.
Who are you taking orders from, Uncle Mort or your wife?
Marge.
If we aren't any closer than that, we may as well be miles apart.
Now, Marge, you're being unreasonable.
Oh, am I? Well, if you can't tell me where my own uncle is, you may as well get lost, too.
Oh, Marge. Everybody hates me. I'll be darned if I'll ever answer another phone.
Miss Marjorie, where's Mr. Bronco?
Oh, he's upstairs sulking.
Yes, sir. It sure is nice to know Mr. Gildersleeve is all right. You didn't find out anything else, did you?
Oh, I can't get anything out of Bronco. That big lug.
Now, Miss Marjorie, let's take it easy.
Well, Bertie, if he knows something about Uncle Mort, there's no reason why he can't confide in me.
No, ma'am.
And I told him so.
Yes, and I heard you clear in here. You ought to take it easy, Miss Marjorie.
Well, I guess I did let my temper get the best of me. But this whole thing seems so ridiculous.
Yes, but when one man of the house is already gone, we want to be sure where the other man is.
Well, I may have said things I didn't mean to Bronco, but he'd never take me seriously.
Marge! Hey, Marge!
What's the matter, Leroy?
Come on, run out front. Stop him.
Stop who?
Bronco, he's leaving.
Leaving? Leroy, what are you talking about?
He just sneaked out to the car with a suitcase.
Bronco! Bronco Thompson, you come back here! Bronco!
Well, another rooster flew the coop.
Gosh, I'm the only man left.
The great Gildersleeve will be back in just a moment. When you want a spread that's really delicious, a seasoning that adds golden richness to all the hot foods it touches, or a shortening that puts extra flavor into everything you bake, here's the name to remember. Parkay. Parkay margarine, the wonderful margarine made by Kraft. It tastes so good because it's always fresh. When you buy Parkay, you're sure of getting a margarine that's really fresh. It's made by Kraft from the selected products of American farms, then rushed fresh to your store by a refrigerated truck. Every pound of Parkay is flavor dated, and grocer stocks are regularly inspected by Kraft representatives. That means whenever or wherever you buy Parkay margarine, you can be sure it's really fresh. And that's why it tastes so good. Tomorrow when you shop, get good-tasting, fresh-tasting Parkay at your grocer's. Parkay margarine made by Kraft. You'll love it. Well, there's big news tonight. The great Gildersleeve has disappeared. All we know is that he made a secret phone call to his son-in-law, Bronco, telling him to pack a bag for him. To put it mildly, the Water Commissioner's little family is puzzled. He's supposed to be at the Jolly Boys meeting tonight. Let's see what's going on up there.
Well, I got the piano keys hot, Peavy. I'm ready to sing.
I'm always ready. Too bad the chief's out of town. We'll be short-handed.
Yeah, I wonder what's keeping the commissioner judge.
Search me.
I don't want to search you. All I'd find is some old pill boxes.
Corny barber. That sounds like the judge, and he's in a hurry.
Yeah, what does the judge take to give him all that pep?
Well, he's tried everything.
Good evening, gentlemen. I have news.
So do we. You're late.
What's the excitement, Judge?
Have you seen Gildy?
No, he's late, too.
Yeah, he's holding up the singing.
Well, if Mr. Big Shot President don't take no more interest in this, let's go on without him.
Just the three of us?
Why not?
Wait, gentlemen, and hear my news. I was by Gildy's house, and he did not come home to dinner.
Stood them up, too, huh?
Lloyd, that's unusual for Gildy.
You mean to miss a meal?
Well, maybe he's having dinner with that widow friend of his.
If so, he would have told the family, Peavy.
Why? He's over 21. Way over. I bet he'd rather be with that dame than with us.
Who wouldn't?
Gentlemen, I think that you're taking this too lightly.
Well, if you ask me, he's taking this club too lightly.
Well, I don't usually take a stand like this, but I think it's time to teach Mr. Gildersleeve a lesson. Let's sing his favorite song. I'll even sing his part.
It's a good idea.
Well, if you refuse to be concerned...
Here we go. Sweet 16. I love you as I never loved before. Since first I met you on the village green. Hey, I think somebody's off.
Proceed, Floyd.
Okay, if you can take it, I can. Come to me, or my dream of love is all.
I love you as I loved you when you were sweet.
When you were sweet.
When you were sweet. 16, oh, sweet 16.
That was pretty good, Peeve.
Yeah, it sounded good to me, too.
You know, I think the Peeve is glad the commish ain't here.
Gentlemen, getting back to Gildy, I hate to sound a sour note.
Why? You sounded plenty of them when we were singing.
Now, Floyd, it concerns me a little that nobody seems to know Gildy's whereabouts.
Well, maybe he's home by now.
Why don't I call and find out?
Dad, if you get him, tell him I'm singing his part. He'll be here in 2 shakes.
Mr. Gildersleeve's residence.
Birdie, this is Judge Hooker.
Oh, hello, Judge. Any news about Mr. Gildersleeve?
No. We thought perhaps he'd be home by now.
No, sir, he ain't home. Things around here's in a terrible shape.
Oh?
Miss Margie's upstairs with a headache, and Mr. Bronco ain't here, and Leroy wants his uncle. Judge, what we gonna do?
Well, Birdie, don't worry.
Don't worry.
Look on the bright side. If anything serious had happened, we would have heard by now.
Yes, sir.
Just keep calm and call us if Gildy shows up.
Yes, sir.
Goodbye, Birdie.
Goodbye.
Pretty upset at home, huh, Judge?
Naturally, Floyd. But as I told Birdie, if anything serious had happened, we'd know by now.
It's a fine time for the chief of police to be out of town.
I doubt it, but there could have been foul play.
Maybe our president is winter vacationing in Florida.
Hey, let me look in the piano bench.
Floyd, what are you up to?
I'm checking the club's funds. We had $8.50 in the treasury here between the sheet music.
Oh, Floyd!
It's here. We got nothing to worry about, fellas. He left town without a penny.
Mr. Gildersleeve wouldn't do anything like that.
Of course not. I'm certain we'll hear from Gildy's family soon.
Yeah, why don't we sing another song?
It'll help pass the time.
This song's for the commish, our missing member.
Poor Gildy. How about singing My Buddy? After all, he was our buddy.
Yeah. Hey, gang, do you think something could have happened to him?
Well, let's not let our imaginations run away with it.
No, indeed. Let's sing.
Okay. Just because he's the water commissioner don't mean he fell in the reservoir.
Floyd, just play the piano.
Sure. My buddy, for the commish.
Nights are long since you went away. I think about you all through the day. My buddy, my buddy. Nobody quite so true.
Oh, fellas, this is too sad.
You ask me, we shouldn't be singing. We should be out looking for Gildy.
Well, I think we ought to call the police.
I know a guy's got a bloodhound.
We'll stop by the police department, then go to Gildy's house and start the search from there.
That's a good idea.
Follow me, men.
You follow me. I'm way ahead of you.
Well, we felt that it was right to come over here and see you.
Judge, it's sweet of you jolly boys to come over. What are we going to do?
Now, Marjorie, don't worry about Gildy.
Well, I'm not just worried about Unky. Bronco left, too.
He did.
2 hours ago. He grabbed a suitcase and beat it.
No kidding.
Well, where'd he go?
I don't know.
Now, Marjorie.
Oh, Judge, what'll we do?
Don't worry. We'll do something.
Yeah, we'll do something.
Yes, we will. What will we do?
I even phoned the newspaper, and they don't know anything.
Hey, where's Chief Gates? He'd know what to do.
He's out of town.
Oh, for corn's sake.
The police department has been alerted.
Yeah, and I got a bloodhound coming.
I don't want any bloodhound chasing my uncle.
Leroy, we're just trying to find him.
Now, quiet, everybody. In the absence of the chief of police, I, being a judge, will take charge.
Oh, yeah? Who's furnishing the bloodhound?
Floyd, please.
Well?
Now then, Burdette,
Yes, Your Honor.
what do you know about this situation?
Well, all I know is the house is falling apart.
Yeah, we know. But can you cast any light upon these mysterious disappearances?
Well, I didn't see Mr. Gildersleeve disappear, but I sure saw Mr. Bronco disappear.
Do you know of any reason why Bronco would pack a bag and leave?
Shall I tell him, Miss Marjorie?
Well, we did have a little spat, but it wasn't serious.
Get her. He leaves home and she says it isn't serious.
Leroy. Judge, I'm sure Bronco knows what happened to Uncle Mort.
Oh?
But he won't tell us anything.
He got a phone call and he clammed up. That's what he did, Judge. He clammed up.
Now, Bertie, don't get excited. I'll get to the bottom of this.
I wish that bloodhound would get here. We need some brains in this case.
Somebody's coming in the door.
Hey, it's Bronco.
Hello, everybody.
Oh, Bronco, I'm so glad you're back.
Hi, Marge.
Bronco Thompson, where have you been?
I'm sorry, Marge, but I can't tell you.
You see, Judge, he won't tell us anything.
Bronco, do you know what happened to Mr. Gildersleeve?
Come on, kid, loosen up.
Did you see Unky Bronco?
Oh, wait a minute. How many times do I have to tell you that I can't talk?
Traitor.
Watch it, little brother-in-law.
Now. This is no time to lose our tempers. All of us should not be firing questions at Bronco. I'll do the interrogating. I am the judge.
Blabbermouth.
Let him try.
Now, Bronco, you obviously have pertinent information regarding Gildy's whereabouts.
Judge, believe me, I can't talk about it.
My boy, would you mind sitting in this chair?
Well...
Sit down, Bronco.
Okay.
Now then, when you received the phone call from Gildy, what did he say?
I've told everybody 1,000,000 times. He said he was all right and not to worry.
Mm-hmm. Where was he when he made the phone call?
I can't tell you.
Well, where did you go when you left the house?
I can't tell you.
Guess he ain't gonna sing.
I know how to make him talk. Shine a light in his eyes.
Leroy.
Bronco, is it true that before you left the house, you packed a suitcase?
Yes, Judge.
Would you mind telling us what was in the bag?
I can't tell you.
Then it could be anything. I know a burglar acquaintance who carries his tools in a bag.
Man, this is ridiculous. You know that Mr. Gildersleeve isn't involved in anything.
No, I wouldn't say that. So far, we don't know what's going on.
But Bronco does.
Men, please, I can't talk.
Gentlemen, I don't think that we should cross-examine Bronco any further at this time. He's obviously distraught, carrying some sinister secret.
I'll get it! Oh, let me It could be Uncle Mort. Hello?
Who is it, Marge?
Quiet, Floyd.
The Summerfield Indicator?
That's the newspaper.
What? He is? Oh,
Poor Gildy.
Quiet, Judge.
no. And you don't know why? Oh, good heavens.
What's happened, Marge? Where is he?
Uncle Mort's in the hospital.
Hospital?
He is?
My.
Miss Marjorie, what happened to Mr. Gildersleeve?
They won't give out any information.
Well, let's go to the hospital. Follow me.
Now, you follow me. I'm way ahead of you.
What time is it? We've been here for hours.
It's nearly midnight.
Well, why don't we find out why he's here?
Well, we've been trying.
Hey, that nurse down the hall is talking to Bronco.
Oh, he's beckoning to us. Come on, Leroy.
Yes, let's go.
Stop pushing, Judge.
Wait a minute, men. I'm sorry, the nurse said just the family.
Oh.
Uncle Mort's in this room, Marge. Come on, Leroy.
Bronco, take my hand.
Sure. Oh, what a day.
Let us know as soon as you find out what happened.
Well, this is it.
Well, come on, let's go in.
Uncle Mort, you awake?
Unky, oh, Unky.
Unc, what happened?
Well, the whole family. Glad to see you.
I'm glad to see you.
How do you feel, Unky?
Yeah, I feel fine.
Yeah, what happened? What happened?
Well, I went to the doctor's this morning, and he said the old appendix had to come out right away.
Your appendix?
Yeah. I checked in at the hospital and phoned Bronco to pack my bag. Now it's all over.
Boy, am I glad it's over.
Unky, why didn't you let us know?
Well, like I told Bronco, I didn't want anybody to worry.
Oh, brother. What a character.
No fuss, no bother, no worry to anybody. That's the way to have an operation, isn't it, Bronco? Bronco?
Bronco. Hey, he fainted.
Doctor, nurse, bring another bed for my son-in-law.
The Great Gildersleeve will be right back. There's only one margarine at your grocer's that brings Kraft quality right to your table. It's Parquet, the margarine that tastes so good because it's always fresh. Tomorrow, pick up a pound or two of good-tasting, fresh-tasting Parquet margarine. Ask for Parkay. Parquet margarine, made by Kraft.
Folks, this is Willard Waterman. You may sometimes wonder how closely an actor comes to living a role such as the Great Gildersleeve. Well, last week I actually had an appendectomy. And you see what happened to Throckmorton P. Gildersleeve tonight. And we're both doing very nicely, thank you. In fact, I'm really enjoying my convalescence in the hospital.
Are you comfy, Mr. Gildersleeve?
Yeah, Miss Campbell. Thank you for the orange juice.
Mm-hmm.
Good night, folks.
The Great Gildersleeve is played by Willard Waterman. The show is written by John Elliott and Andy White and is partially transcribed. Included in the cast are Walter Tetley, Mary Lee Robb, Lillian Randolph, Dick Crenna, Arthur Q. Bryan, Earl Ross, and Dick LeGrand. Musical compositions by Jack Meakin. This is John Heaston saying goodnight for the Kraft Foods Company, makers of those famous Kraft quality foods. Be sure to listen in next Wednesday and every Wednesday for the further adventures of the Great Gildersleeve.
What happened to that pint of blood you were going to give to our armed forces? Good intentions won't supply the blood and blood plasma needed to save the lives of our fighting men in Korea. The Department of Defense is calling for an immediate stepping up of blood collection. The reserve supply is virtually exhausted. This month, our country is short 300,000 pints of blood. Tomorrow, call your Red Cross chapter or local blood donor center for an appointment to make your donation. All types of blood are needed.
Groucho Marx, you bet your life. He's next on NBC.
Kraft Foods Company, makers of Parquet Margarine, presents Willard Waterman as the Great Gildersleeve. Each week at this time, the Great Gildersleeve is brought to you, partially transcribed, by the Kraft Foods Company. The flavor of many of the foods we eat every day is usually a hard thing to pin down in words, so let me tell you about a little test that can prove to your own satisfaction that Parquet, the margarine made by Kraft Foods, is the best-tasting margarine you can buy. It's easy. Next time you mix up a batch of pancakes, serve them with pats of Parquet. Let Parquet melt down into your steaming hot griddle cakes and then dig in. What flavor. Who could ask for anything more? Yes, hot foods like pancakes or toast really prove what we've been saying about Parquet's wonderful, fresh flavor. You can actually smell its freshness. And, of course, you taste it in every delicious bite. Tomorrow, when you go shopping, pick up a pound or two of good-tasting, fresh-tasting Parquet margarine. In most markets, you can buy Parquet in handy yellow quarters all ready for the table. Just remember, in any package for any use, Parquet is the margarine that tastes so good because it's always fresh. Remember, Parquet, P-A-R-K-A-Y, the quality margarine made by Kraft. Well, last week the great Gildersleeve was suddenly sent to the hospital for an appendectomy. Now he's home again, and his doctor has pronounced him in the pink. In fact, he's as healthy as a horse and can't wait to get back into harness.
By George, I feel great this morning.
Oh, you look wonderful, Unky.
Thank you, Margie.
The apples are back in your cheeks.
Yeah.
Maybe that's them 2 baked apples he ate for breakfast before he had his bacon, eggs, pancakes, and syrup.
Well, Bertie, there's nothing wrong with my appetite.
No, sir. You going down to the office this morning?
You bet. Of course, everybody will be coming in asking about my operation. Probably won't get much work done today.
No, sir.
Yeah, I wonder why a fellow's operation is always so fascinating to other people. Very annoying the way they pester you for details. Say, did I tell you how hard it was for the doctor to make me unconscious?
Yes, Unky.
We heard about it.
Well, that sort of thing is what everybody else will be wanting to know. Frankly, I dread today. You know, I have to tell the same story over and over again to everybody I meet.
Well, you've certainly had plenty of practice, Unky.
What's this, my dear?
Well, yesterday you told the laundryman and the postman, and this morning it was the paper boy.
Well, I couldn't get away from them.
Mr. Gildersleeve, do you think you ought to be running out and cornering these people without a hat and coat?
Bertie, they'll want to hear the story sometime. I'm just trying to get it over with. Who's that?
It's the milkman.
I better go bring in the milk.
I'll do that, Mr. Gildersleeve. You never bring in the milk.
Well, I feel like doing it today. Milkman! Milkman! Hey, milkman! Hey, he left in a hurry.
Maybe the postman warned him.
Now, Marjorie, you make it sound as if my operation is all I talk about. After all, who brought up the subject this morning?
I didn't.
I didn't.
Well, I did. Yeah. Yo, there's Leroy out in the yard with his little girlfriend. I haven't seen Babs since my operation.
Mr. Gildersleeve, before you run out this time, will you please put on your hat and coat?
Oh, yes, Bertie, I intend to.
Uncle Mort, you'll never get to the office. Here, let me help you with your coat.
Yeah, thank you, Marjorie. I think I should talk to Babs before I go. Her mother's out of town, and Babs would probably want to write to her. Tell her I'm all right. Give her some of the details.
Oh, I'm sure she will, Unky.
Yeah, ta-ta, my dear. I'll be home at 5.
If you get tired, you come home earlier.
Oh, I won't get tired. The water commissioner has a full head of steam.
Hi, Unc.
Hello, Leroy. Well, Babs, I haven't seen you for several days now.
Hello, Mr. Gildersleeve.
It looks as though you kiddies are going skating.
We are. As soon as Leroy puts new laces in my skate shoes. Can't you hurry, Leroy?
Well, I have to rip out the old laces first.
Say, that reminds me of a few days ago when the doctor took out my stitches like that.
Okay, Babs, where are the new laces?
Here they are.
I had an operation, you know.
Yeah.
Babs, I guess Leroy told you I had an operation.
Another one?
No, the one I had last week. My appendectomy.
Oh, that.
Yeah, I told her.
Yeah, I just wanted to be sure. Thought you might like to write your mother about it, since she's been away for a few weeks.
She came back last night.
She did? Well, and you told her all about it.
No, I didn't.
You didn't?
Well, we had a lot of important things to talk about.
No. Well, I thought you may have sneaked it in the conversation.
Well, frankly, Mr. Gildersleeve, I forgot all about your operation.
We haven't.
Besides, I thought you'd enjoy telling Mother, Mr. Gildersleeve.
Well, it isn't that I enjoy talking about my operation. Leroy.
Hold this shoe while I lace it, Babs.
Okay.
Well, I guess it's better that your mother was out of town when I was hospitalized. You know how concerned women get.
Don't lace it too tight, Leroy.
Okay.
Well, I have to get down to the office.
So long, Unc.
And Babs, when you see your charming mother, tell her not to worry.
Worry about what?
Oh, forget it. Goodbye, children. Yeah, it's good to be sitting down at the old desk again. Fine chair. Everything looks about the same, except there's a layer of dust in the dust. I guess the janitor didn't expect me back so soon. Yeah, well, before people start calling to ask about me, I think I'll give Paula a jingle. Yeah, I'm surprised that Babs didn't tell her I'd been in the hospital. Too bad I had to have the operation while she was out of town. It would have been nice to have her sitting by my sick bed, holding my hand. I wonder where she is. Nobody answers. Yeah, I'll have to try later.
Gildy.
Oh, hello, Judge. Come in.
Hi, nice to see you back at the office, Gildy. How you feeling?
Well, now that you asked me that, sit down, Judge.
I really haven't time. You see, I dropped in to...
Speaking of how I'm feeling, I feel fine. Do you realize, Horace, that they had me out of that hospital in 3 days?
Oh? Why didn't you pay your bill?
Judge, that's the way they do things in hospitals these days. They make you ambulate.
Yeah, I know. Of course, they do things differently nowadays. When I was in the hospital back in 1909...
Judge.
Or was it 1910? It was 1910, the year of Halley's Comet.
Oh, my goodness.
I was flat on my back for 2 weeks. And would you believe it, Gildy? I was out of my head for 3 days.
He's still out of his head.
Well, back in the days when I had my operation...
Judge, please. You just don't bore people with the details of your operation.
Oh?
But you take a case like mine now.
Well, just be thankful it's all over. Gildy, I'm going to the midwinter dance at the country club, and I wonder if I can borrow your dress cufflinks.
Oh, yes, of course, Judge.
Fine. I'll drop by your house this afternoon and get them. Summerfield's elite will be there, and I want to look my dapper best. Midwinter dance is the party of the year.
I didn't realize it's midwinter. Being out of touch. In the hospital, you know.
Yeah, I know. Too bad you have to miss it. But I'll tell you all about it. I'll bring you my dance program.
You're fine.
There's something about a judge that fascinates beautiful women. They all want to dance with me.
Yes.
Goodbye, Gildy. Da-da-da.
I've seen dancing bears, but never a waltzing old goat. I don't understand how a man's friends can be so indifferent. You think I had an operation every day? Well, Peavy has changed his window display. I guess I'd ought to drop in. Being a druggist, you want to know what pills and medicine they gave me. Hello, Peavy.
Hello, Mr. Gildersleeve. I didn't expect to see you out today.
Well, I surprised everybody. Just think, it's only a week since my operation. Here I am down at the office working.
You don't say. I'd swear you were standing here talking to me.
You know what I mean, Peavy.
Now, let's see.
Do you realize I was up on my feet the day after my operation?
2 cans of tooth powder, 1 gross of toothbrushes.
Peavy, what are you doing?
I'm taking inventory, Mr. Gildersleeve.
Inventory?
Yes, I'm a little behind. If you'll pardon me, I'll get on with it.
You go right ahead, Peavy. I won't interrupt you.
Very well. 8 bottles of cough syrup.
When I was in the hospital, I took some medicine that color, Peavy. Of course, it wasn't for a cough.
Probably to keep him quiet. 2 dozen bottles of vitamin pills, large economy size.
Peavy, they gave me some pills that looked like those, too.
With 6 men's shaving lotion, razor blades, 2, 4, 6, 8.
Peavy, do you know what my nurse said the last night she was on duty?
That she couldn't make dates during business hours?
No, Peavy. She said I was the best patient she ever had.
My. See, where was I? Oh, razor blade. 10, 12, 14...
Peavy, do you know what the doctor said?
All right. Mr. Gildersleeve, what did the doctor say? What did the intern say? What did the orderly say? And what did the man in the parking lot say?
Peavy, you've got me all wrong. I didn't come in here to talk about my operation.
No, I wouldn't say that.
Yeah, all right. I know you're not interested. Unfortunately, I don't need any sympathy. I'm hale and hearty.
Good. That's why I didn't worry about you too much.
That's all right, Peavy. I've learned my lesson. I'll never bring up the subject again.
Well, good morning, Mrs. Winter.
Paula.
Good morning, Mr. Peavy. And Throckmorton, how nice to see you.
Hello, Paula. Nice to see you. Did you have a good trip?
Delightful.
I guess you heard I've been in the hospital.
Yes, I just heard it this morning. It was such a shock.
Yeah, it was nothing.
Nothing. You'll find out.
Mr. Peavy, I need some cosmetics. Will you fill out this list while Throckmorton tells me about his trip to the hospital?
Yeah, well.
Well, Paula, it's quite a story. Take your time, Peavy.
Don't worry, I won't rush you.
Throckmorton, I'm so pleased that you recovered so quickly. You look wonderful.
Yeah, I feel great. Hard to keep a good man down, you know. I couldn't wait to get down to the office this morning.
You've been working this morning?
Yep, I'm on my way back to the office now. Raring to go.
Oh, that's good news. When I was first told about you, I had visions of you lying in bed convalescing.
Not me.
In fact, I'd planned to come over this afternoon and sit by your bedside and hold your hand.
Oh?
Seriously, I did think you'd like me to come over and read to you.
Well, there'd be nothing wrong with holding my hand either. I mean, what time would you plan to come over?
Oh, I'd planned to come over around 2.
2 o'clock.
But, of course, it won't be necessary now.
Perhaps I got up too soon. The man can have a relapse, you know.
Oh, not you.
I don't know, Paula. I'm just beginning to realize how weak I am.
Excuse me, here are your cosmetics, Mrs. Winthrop.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Peavy.
You come to think of it, Paula, every afternoon around 2, I seem to have a little sinking spell. So I'd better go home for it.
Why don't you, Throckmorton? You shouldn't exert yourself.
Yeah, I guess I shouldn't. Paula, would you mind helping me to my car? I'm a little weak in the knees.
Oh, you poor boy. Goodbye, Mr. Peavy.
Goodbye, Peavy.
Goodbye. I guess that's why he's the water commissioner. He sure can turn it on.
The great Gildersleeve will be back in just a moment. Next time you go shopping for margarine, the name to remember is Parkay. P-A-R-K-A-Y spells the margarine made by Kraft. It's the only margarine that brings Kraft quality right to your table. Every day, millions of families serve Parkay in dozens of ways. As a delicious table spread for bread and biscuits and toast, as a seasoning for vegetables and other hot foods, and as a flavor shortening in cakes and cookies. Parquet always tastes so good because it's always fresh. Kraft can guarantee the freshness of every pound you buy because every pound is flavor dated. Your grocer's stocks are inspected regularly to make sure that each package is at its flavor peak. Tomorrow, pick up a pound or two of good-tasting, fresh-tasting Parquet, the margarine made by Kraft and guaranteed by Kraft. Then serve Parquet at every meal. You'll love it. Well, the great Gildersleeve recovered so rapidly from his appendectomy, it's been a little difficult to get much sympathy from anybody. Then the attractive Paula Winthrop came back to town and said she'd planned to come over this afternoon and read to him. Guess who's busy having a relapse?
Mr. Gildersleeve, we didn't expect you home this noon.
Well, Bertie, I made a mistake. I got up too soon.
Yes, sir.
Would you mind straightening up my dressing table?
No, sir.
And Bertie.
Yes, sir.
You'd better get some of those pills and tonics out of the medicine cabinet. Put them beside my bed, where they'll be handy.
Yes, sir. Any particular ones, Mr. Gildersleeve?
Yeah, just use your own judgment, Bertie. I'm busy. That's you.
Uncle Mort?
Yeah, hello, Marjorie.
What are you doing with that big chair?
Yeah, moving it over by the bed.
Did you bring it all the way upstairs from the living room?
Yep. Yo. Yeah.
Why?
He says he's having a relapse.
A relapse?
Mr. Gildersleeve, I'll put your silk pajamas on the foot of your bed.
Yeah, thank you, Bertie. Is that the pair with the poodle dogs on them?
Yes, sir.
Uncle Mort, if you're going to bed, why did you bring that big chair up here?
Well, I may have company. Now, if you ladies will excuse me, I'll go shave.
Again?
Mr. Gildersleeve, can I fix you a little chicken broth for lunch?
Yeah, I don't think so, Bertie.
You don't feel like eating anything?
Well, I didn't say that. Do you have any potato salad left over from dinner last night?
Yes.
Good. I'd like a big scoop of that with some lettuce and Miracle Whip.
I'll bring it right up.
Hey, wait a minute, Bertie. You might make me a couple of sandwiches out of that cold roast beef with a sliced dill pickle on the side.
Yes.
Uncle Mort, should you eat like that?
Marjorie, I'm hungry.
This doesn't sound like a relapse to me.
Miss Marjorie, he's having what you might call a hungry relapse.
Yeah, Bertie.
I better get down to the kitchen because Mr. Gildersleeve is having the hungriest relapse I ever saw.
You all right, Bertie?
Mr. Gildersleeve, you know what you're having?
Yes,
That's
Bertie.
right, you're having the hungriest relapse I ever
Right, George, that was a fine lunch. Paula should be here in a few minutes. I'll just slide the tray under the bed. Yeah. There. Now snuggle down under the covers and relax until she comes. What a break. Running into Paula at Petey's. Yeah, better fluff up my pillow a little. No, let her do it. Sweet of her to want to come over and sit with me. What else could I do but go back to bed? I can hear her now.
Would you like me to fluff up your pillow, Throckmorton?
Good idea, dear. What a vision of loveliness.
Oh, you poor darling.
Yeah.
Will it help if I caress your forehead?
Well, it couldn't do any harm.
Throckmorton, your forehead's so cold.
Your little hand is so warm.
Are you having a chill, darling?
I don't feel chilly. Paula?
Yes, Throckmorton.
Paula?
Mm-hmm.
Must have dozed off.
I've got a visitor.
You fine, Leroy. Show her in. She's here right on the dot. Come in, Paula.
It isn't Mrs. Winthrop, it's Babs.
Babs.
Hello, Mr. Gildersleeve. I'm sorry you aren't feeling so well.
Yeah, thank you, but where's your mother?
Well, she can't come over until later, so she sent me to read to you.
Oh, my goodness.
Hey, Aunt, what happened? When did you fall apart?
Well, Leroy.
You look so well this morning, Mr. Gildersleeve.
That's my uncle for you. He probably could hardly drag himself to the office, but did he complain?
No, Leroy.
No, sir. He went down to work and stayed until he had to be carried home.
Mother did say Mr. Gildersleeve had to lean quite heavily on her when she helped him to the car.
Yes, but I'm feeling better now. In fact, Babs, if your mother isn't coming over, I may get up. Yeah, I mean, did she say when she'd be over?
No, just later.
So we'll stick by you, Unc. Sit down in that big easy chair, Babs.
Yeah, but...
Oh, this is so comfortable.
Now, kiddies, don't you worry about me. Why don't you run out and play?
We wouldn't think of this. We're going to stay all afternoon.
Zeke.
I brought a wonderful book to read to you, Mr. Gildersleeve.
Well, if you insist. Is that one of your mother's books?
No, it's one of mine. Gladys Tubbs, Girl Cheerleader.
Oh, brother.
Oh, it's keen, Unc. It's all about Gladys and the star basketball player who couldn't play in the big game because he had to work to support his father and mother. And Gladys the cheerleader...
Leroy, don't tell him the story. Let me read it to him.
Okay.
Are you ready, Mr. Gildersleeve?
Yeah, I guess so.
Chapter 1. A heavy gloom spread throughout Belmont High as the fateful word passed from classroom to classroom. High Pockets Johnson quits the team.
Ew.
Nobody could guess the reason. Only Gladys Tubbs, girl cheerleader, knew what went on in High Pocket's troubled mind.
How do I get into these things?
Chapter 10. Belmont Forever.
5 o'clock.
Pretty exciting, huh, Unc?
I can hardly stand it.
This is my favorite chapter.
It was the last one. It's my favorite, too.
It was the night of the big game. Would it be Belmont's Waterloo? Or would High Pockets Johnson be able to hitchhike back to town in time for the game?
Yofer.
Don't worry, Unc. He makes it.
Leroy! 1,000 doubts and fears assailed poor Gladys as she picked up her megaphone and yet...
You stop, Babs. Stop. The doorbell. Stop. Sorry to interrupt your story, Babs.
Must be Mother.
High Pockets wins the game, Unc.
Bully for High Pockets. Fine, Bertie. Have her come up.
It isn't her, it's a him.
Judge, I thought you were Mrs. Winthrop.
Well, thank you. Hello, Babs. Leroy.
Hi, Judge.
Hello, Judge Hooker.
Well, now that you got company, Unc, we'll see you later. Come on, Babs.
Goodbye, Mr. Gildersleeve.
Yeah, ta-ta, kiddies.
Gildy, you faker. What are you doing in bed?
What do you mean, faker?
I was at Peavy's, and he told me all about it. Will you help me to my car, Paula? I'm weak in the knees.
You old goat.
Where is she? Did she disappoint you?
She'll be here, Judge, so why don't you leave?
I'd like to. If you'll give me your dress cufflinks, I'll go home and bedeck myself for the dance.
Yeah, they're on the dresser, Judge, and try to keep them out of your soup. That has to be Paula. Judge, run on to your dance and have a good time.
Oh, I will. I enjoy dancing. And all the ladies like to dance with His Honor, the judge.
You told me that. Now go, please.
Miss Gildersleeve, she's here. Miss Winthrop gone away.
Come up, Paula. Goodbye, Judge.
Gildy, I can't leave without greeting the charming Mrs. Winthrop.
Judge.
Oh, Throckmorton, I'm sorry I'm late.
Yeah, that's all right, Paula. I've been waiting.
Oh, hello, Judge.
Good afternoon, Mrs. Winthrop.
Come over here, Paula, and take this nice chair by the bed. Goodbye, Judge.
Aren't you feeling any better, Throckmorton?
No, indeed. Worse, if anything. In fact, I'm very hot under the collar right now. Goodbye, Judge.
Well, I hate to run.
Oh, Throckmorton, I'd hoped that with a rest this afternoon you'd feel like going out tonight.
Going out?
Uh-huh. I'd hoped you'd be able to escort me to the dance at the club this evening.
Are you going to the dance?
Well, of course. I'm chairman of the decorating committee. That's why I couldn't come over earlier.
Paula, why didn't you tell me you wanted me to go? Yeah, I'm fine. I'll get up and dress and we'll go. Judge, give me back my cufflinks.
But Gildy! No, Throckmorton, you stay in bed and take care of yourself.
Paula, I'm completely recovered. I'm strong as an ox. I can dance all night.
Oh, Throckmorton, I knew you'd take this attitude. That's why I didn't dare tell you at Mr. Peavy's. I just knew you'd insist on overtaxing yourself.
Paula, believe me, I'm a well man.
If you were entirely well, you wouldn't have wanted to go back to bed this afternoon.
Trapped.
If you'll take my advice, Gildy, old friend, you'll take it easy.
Yes, Throckmorton, there'll be other dances.
But...
I'll have one of the girls on my committee pick me up.
Mrs. Winthrop.
Yes, Judge.
I'm going to the dance, and it just so happens I'm a stag tonight.
Throckmorton!
And if you do me the honor, I'd be delighted to take my sick old friend's place.
Well, thank you, Judge. How very thoughtful.
But, Paula, Judge...
Now, Gildy, you stay here and take your medicine.
Good night.
Good night.
Yeah, I wasn't sick, but I sure am now.
The Great Gildersleeve will be right back. There's only one margarine at your grocer's that brings Kraft quality right to your table. It's Parquet, the margarine that tastes so good because it's always fresh. Tomorrow, pick up a pound or two of good-tasting, fresh-tasting Parquet margarine. Ask for Parkay. Parquet margarine made by Kraft.
That Judge Hooker. What a sneaky old goat. Well, by George, I'm not going to lie here in bed all evening, I can tell you that.
How you feel, Miss Gildersleeve?
Oop. Oh, much better, Bertie. In fact, I was thinking of getting up. Not good to stay in bed too much after an operation like mine.
No, sir.
Whether a man feels like it or not, he should be up and moving around.
Yes, sir.
Don't want to risk complications by staying in bed.
No, sir.
What's so funny?
Nothing, except Mr. Peavy called a while ago. He said, don't worry about Mr. Gildersleeve. He'll be up before you know it. He's just playing possum.
Peavy said that?
Yes, sir. That's what he said.
Playing possum. Well, I'm going to get up anyway. I'll just steer clear of Peavy, that's all. You bet. Yeah, I'll get dressed and maybe just pop into the dance at the country club and surprise Paula.
Hey, Unc, you got a visitor. Mr. Peavy.
Yover. Back in bed.
Hello, Mr. Gildersleeve.
Hello, Peavy.
I was on my way home. I thought I'd stop in and see how the invalid is getting along.
Well, I'm pretty weak, Peavy, but I'm all right. Nice of you to stop in. Wouldn't want you to be late getting home.
Oh, no hurry. A man can get pretty lonesome lying in his room alone. I thought I'd come and sit with you a while.
Peavy.
Not going anyplace, were you?
No.
Having somebody to read to you helps to pass the time.
Peavy, please.
Here's your book. Let's see. Gladys Tubbs, Girls Cheerleader. A heavy gloom spread through Belmont High.
My goodness. Good night, folks.
The Great Gildersleeve is played by Willard Waterman. The show is written by John Elliott and Andy White and is partially transcribed. Included in the cast are Walter Tetley, Mary Lee Robb, Lillian Randolph, Barbara Whiting, Gene Bates, Earl Ross, and Dick LeGrand. Musical compositions by Jack Meekin. This is John Heaston saying goodnight for the Kraft Foods Company, makers of the famous line of Kraft quality food products. Be sure to listen in next Wednesday and every Wednesday for the further adventures of the Great Gildersleeve.
What goes into a perfect sandwich? Maybe it's roast beef or savory baked ham. Whatever your favorite, the perfect meat sandwich needs the perfect mustard. Kraft's prepared mustard. For when you add a little mustard, you add a lot of tang. You can take your choice of two kinds of Kraft mustard. Mild Kraft mustard is smooth and delicately spiced. Or if you like your mustard with extra pep, try Kraft mustard with snappy horseradish added. Keep them both on hand and keep everyone in the family happy. Next time, get Kraft's prepared mustard.
Groucho Marx? You bet your life. He's next on NBC.